Right. Hello, everybody. It's Tim Hughes here. I'm the author of Social Selling, Influencing Buyers and Changemakers. And we're here to talk with PJ. PJ is from a company called Qubix. PJ and I were talking the other day, and he came up with and told me an amazing story about how they were transforming the organization. And PJ is going to talk about that in a moment. And with me, I have Adam Gray, who's the co-founder of Digital Leadership Associates with me. Adam, do you want to just introduce yourself?
Hi, as Tim said, I'm Adam Gray. I'm co-founder of Digital Leadership Associates. And I work within the organization to help large enterprises socialize themselves. So often the challenge is not understanding how social media can help, but it's pulling that through the organization, and that's what I'm here to do.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. PJ, so the floor is yours. So do you want to give a little elevator pitch about what you do at Qubix and what Qubix is all about?
I do, but I don't have a book to hold up, Tim. Is that okay? I've got no props.
I've got one. Look, that's one.
Oh, look, that's great. Yeah, that's a great book, by the way. Okay, so Qubix, we're a global company. We operate in 6 different countries. Put simply, we help businesses transform their finance operations to make them more efficient. We describe ourselves as the sort of secret sauce for making better decisions. And our clients around the world include people like Nomura, Paramount Pictures, Vodafone, British Telecom, Experian, Debenhams, Holland & Barrett. And essentially what we do, as I said, is we work with finance teams to help them do better planning, better forecasting, better budgeting. That's what we do.
So you're a small business yourself?
Yeah, we are. We're 85 people.
Right. Okay. And your turnover is
in the millions.
Okay, in the millions. Right. Okay. But you're not as big as those organizations, because here today we're talking about how you as a small business are actually going to go through or going through a transformation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are not we're not a large business. As I said, we're about 85 people, and our sort of light bulb moment really came about when we started to sort of really notice that things are changing.
Yes.
We're pretty bright. We spotted these things are changing, but actually, what the serious part of it is, we felt that we could create an unfair advantage in how we grow by outselling our competition.
Okay.
By essentially getting smarter at sales and marketing.
Right.
And we kind of branded this internally as what we call our Qubix Live strategy.
Okay.
So it started with essentially wanting to beat the competition and outsell and outmarket them by being a more effective sales
and your
marketing
competition is similar small businesses or big businesses or
Our competition ranges. It can be the big 4 accounting firms, the Pricewaterhouse,
KPMG or Deloitte.
KPMG, Deloitte, the systems integrators. It can be IBM.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a group of other smaller businesses around the world that we compete with, sort of what we call the hand-to-hand combat in our market.
Okay.
And we think that, as I said, we can create this advantage by being better at sales and marketing.
So what's your secret sauce? Why is Qubix Live going to allow you to scale and punch above your weight?
Okay, so essentially what we did, we took a sort of step back and said, the way that you sell enterprise solutions has radically changed, as has the post-sale experience. And I think this is the key thing.
Right.
So what we wanted to do was sort of map out the entire customer journey from the point that they're going through the awareness cycle to the point that they're going through the decision-making cycle to the point that they're going through an implementation with us and what happens afterwards. And so we decided that what would be crucial for us is to actually make our connections with our customers more immediate and more live.
Okay.
And more accessible. So as an example, there are sort of simple examples of this where adding live chat to our website to particular areas so that customers can be in touch with us immediately. But I think probably an area that's particularly innovative is we've created an app
Right.
for our customers to use.
Okay.
So our business is to provide people who are experts who go on site with our customers and make changes with their systems to make them more effective.
Yes.
Well, what we decided is that we've created this app called the Qubix Live app.
Okay.
And actually, as a client, it enables you to, in real time, essentially, think of it almost as like TripAdvisor for consulting, where our customers can actually rate and rank our consultants. They can rate and rank their experience with us on a live or day-by-day basis. This then triggers back to our organization in real time,
yep,
so that we can start to see a shift in sentiment from our clients before they have to complain about it.
Right.
So that's been terrific. Another example on the front end of things is to also make sure that we make ourselves immediately available for people during their discovery phase. So, for example, using the hashtag Qubix Live, if you post a question like, how can I do this? Why should I do that? We're monitoring that, and our experts...
On Twitter, is that?
On Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
Our experts will then respond.
Right.
So rather than having to pay for that type of advice through what would be traditionally a sort of support agreement maybe with us,
yeah,
you go on, you use the hashtag Qubix Live, and we will respond to that.
Okay. So when you describe the app, it's a way of getting feedback both ways. Is that the customers are rating you? Yeah. I mean, I remember when you were talking me through this, you were saying, you could sit there on Saturday afternoon and you would know that there was a problem with a project, even before the reports were coming in saying that there was a problem with a project, because when people are rating the app, like Uber or eBay, you can see that there's a downward in terms of the scores.
Yeah, what we wanted to do, you're absolutely right, is create the opportunity for us to monitor carefully changes in how clients are feeling during a project. And, without getting into the technicalities, some of the projects we implement are complex, right, and they tend to be mission critical systems, right?
Okay.
So our customers can be quite sensitive about how things are going. What this app allows us to do, and the vision for this and why it's so important, is it provides us a sustainable competitive advantage against our competitors.
Yes.
Because our customers are able to communicate directly with the executive team, with whomever, and we can see immediately any shift in their sentiment and how they're feeling about a project.
Right.
And this allows us to proactively engage and address issues before they become issues.
Right.
So unlike TripAdvisor, where it's too late to do anything about it.
You've already been there and had a terrible meal.
Yeah, it's too late. It's over. With this, it's a much more, as we say, it's a live connection with our customers. We want to kind of feel their heartbeat as they're going through the experience with us.
So this is sort of monitoring their net promoter score, effectively.
Correct. At the end of a project, we do use the net promoter score. Internally, I kind of joke with the consulting team and say, this is actually going to be like Tinder for consulting, because our customers will sort of swipe right.
We don't want that consultant.
Yeah, that's right. They can sort of swipe right if they think you're doing a great job, and so on. So it's also a very clever way for us to understand the engagement level of our customers. It gives them a unique way. If you can imagine, right, you're a busy guy, you're a customer, you're the CFO, you've gone home, but you can actually then also open this app and see the status of your project without needing to get an update, ask a question directly of a consultant or a project manager, and it just completely changes the experience through this digital connection we're making with customers.
Right. And is this live now, or is this coming on board, or?
This is something that we're testing and gradually rolling out with our customers to fine tune it. But I think the other part of the whole strategy as well, I kind of want to emphasize, and what we've seen is we've been outgrowing our competition considerably for the last couple of years. We were Oracle's Partner of the Year in the UK last year. We're a big Oracle partner. We're also their fastest growing partner. And the reason is we've really re-engineered how we do our selling to be more available, more accessible. Solution selling is great, but it's kind of not where the customer is today. Their buying cycles are changing.
Yes.
They know everything before we even meet them.
Yeah.
So it really is about bringing more value to that relationship as well. So for example, our Qubix Live webinars, they're best practice webinars. They're not about product. They're about how do I do rolling forecasting in retail? Should I use a 455 reporting period or a 554, that's getting a bit technical, but it's that accessibility with the expert that's driving the growth.
Right. And for you, it's key to have those subject matter experts and to be talking about business, because you've been talking here about something which is actually quite complex and quite dry in terms of accounting, but you've not actually gone in and talked in accounting terms. So it seems that you get the right balance there.
Yeah, I think that, again, the trick here is that, again, your audience may or may not have experienced, a finance transformation program. If you haven't, well done, try and avoid them. If you have, talk to us, we'll make them less painful for you.
Yeah.
But, they're not exactly sexy, but they're very important, they're very critical, and it's about the experience that you're providing. And for us, one of the transformations we've been making in addition to the tech is this. Yeah. If you've got really good technical people who hide behind a keyboard, their value that they can bring to the conversation is diminished. So the other thing that we've been working on is the internal training as well, to enable our teams to feel more sociable, right. to feel more that sharing is okay, to feel more that, it's not a proprietary thing what it's something that you should share. Yeah. Sharing this insight, sharing this knowledge openly is a good thing, is a good behavior.
And sharing the knowledge that you have is actually is something that actually helps the organization.
It helps the organization. It helps build their personal brand, which I think is crucial.
Yep.
It helps build our brand, but fundamentally, it also builds confidence with the customer. They've done all their research. What we don't want to do is just simply win business because it's a price value equation. That doesn't get us anywhere, which is why I think the Qubix Live strategy is so important, because we're seen as more than just simply an organization that can deliver. We're seen as an organization that can be our thought leaders in our space and can deliver value in different ways with the organization.
Okay.
So I think it creates a better and more compelling choice.
Okay. And are there any future developments, or are you going to stop there, or?
I think at the moment, what we want to do is look at how you can globalize this. So, for example, we've recently launched an operation in the US, which is the mother of all markets for the type of products and services we provide.
Yes.
We've gone in there with one of our co-founders. We've committed. Now, I think one of the key things for us as a small business, and for perhaps some of the folks that are watching this, is an effective social selling strategy.
Okay.
Will scale your business. It will make you essentially look bigger. It will give large clients the confidence that you're capable, or more than capable, to deliver. So we need to scale this into North America as well to help expand our business there.
And is that, again, about punching above your weight in terms of your organization? Because you must be selling into the likes of Oracle, as well as those big organizations you talked about.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, as with all small organizations, you don't have millions of pounds of marketing budget. So where'd you go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So absolutely. If you look at the mind share, the cost of mind share is high. So you have to be really smart about how you win over that mind share. And I think that for us, there's been sort of really kind of three key tenets for us in doing that. Number one is that we really want to show a deep insight into the topic area. We call this sort of deep consulting. Okay. So we definitely want to do that. Number two, we want to make ourselves as accessible, as available, as live, as I keep saying, for our prospects, because that's been crucial, that responsiveness. And then thirdly, the total kind of wraparound, the total customer experience. So the promise on the front end of the sale,
yes,
the experience during the implementation, and then the post-sale with the Qubix Live app, I think is an enduring advantage.
Okay. And it's taking the customer through the complete journey, right through. And there's no sort of, one of the things you often get is that, someone comes along and sells you something, and then they disappear into the sunset, and then 2 weeks later someone comes up and says, I'm going to implement it. And there's no connection between the two. I mean, is that something that you've worked on as well?
Yeah, we used to have this business model where we had the preacher
Yeah.
The sales guy, and then the miracle worker.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
the delivery guy.
Right.
And that works for a while, but you can't scale your business on that.
Yeah.
So the transition between the promises that we're making to a customer and then the experience that we provide, they are integrated. So, for example, in the Qubix Live app, the salesperson or the relationship manager is highly involved in that. So there's no feeling that, okay, so this guy came and wowed me, and now where is he? He's totally connected. He gets the same updates. He gets the same involvement, and is now part of something that is a continuous cycle. Because again, what we're all seeing, I think, is building and maintaining those relationships in the long term is going to lower your cost of growth in the future.
Right. Okay. Good. Paul, PJ, anything else you want to add at all? Because we're coming up, we've done about 20 minutes.
Yeah. What I would say is, if that you're a small business, that you're starting, you're a startup, or you're an emerging business like us, in the the £1 million run rate or dollar run rate, I would say that the best thing to do is to think through the entire experience you're providing people. So the social selling,
and this is from a customer point of view.
From a customer point of view, so looking through the customer lens, what we call customer experience design, and that customer experience design starts with the sales process and the social selling, but it also runs through to the experience that you're providing during the project and the experience that you're providing after your customers have gone live. If you're good at one, you won't scale. You won't maximize the opportunity that you have.
Right. Okay. So
fully integrated journey, digital journey, I suppose, with your clients, and look at it as well as an opportunity. This word customer experience design, what I'd stress is design into that process your unfair advantage. What is it that you can bring that your competitors can't, and make that something that your clients are demanding?
I think that's really important, that quite often we can be a little bit hippie and fluffy in social media, and this is actually still about business. This is still about competitive advantage. It's still about making a profit. It's still about paying the rent. And I think sometimes that's missed.
Yeah,
we have competitors, and competition is fantastic. I love being competitors, but that enables us to innovate.
Yeah.
I
mean, totally. Sorry, I know we're running out of time, but this is entirely business. This is about, we've been growing at a minimum of about 30% year on year for the last 3 years. We've doubled the size of the company, but actually our profitability has gone up because we found a smarter, better way to acquire customers and then to delight them later through this customer experience design journey.
Okay, perfect. And where can people find you, PJ?
Start with @QubixPJ. That's great. That will probably be the best way.
QUBIXPJ is your Twitter handle, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
DM me and I will respond.
Okay, and you're Paul John Stone on LinkedIn.
I'm Paul Johnston, STON, no E.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Adam. You've been very quiet, sitting there. And,
I have. I've been very much enjoying the show. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you. Is there any summarization or any comments or any learnings that you want to share with the viewers?
I think that it's really interesting to see that you're taking customer feedback as such an integral part of developing your offering. And so often I think that people that have a good offering in a stable business, they develop that business and what it is that's being delivered to the customer kind of in a bubble. I know what's best, and because I'm the expert at this. And it's really exciting to see that you're doing it from the perspective of, it doesn't matter how good a job you do, what matters is how good a job the customer thinks you do, because that's a bit that ensures that they're delighted and they become raving fans for you, and that they'll become repeat customers. So I think that you've taken that to the next level with the development of the Qubix Live app, and I think that's incredibly exciting.
Good, fantastic. Do you want to come back on that, Paul? Are you okay? Or?
Yeah, no, I think we used to ask the question, how's the project going? Now we ask the question, how does it feel to work with Qubix? Because if it feels good, you can fix anything. If a client feels that they want to work with you, they will. So it's not about the project.
A sale to the heart, not to the head. Well, to the head and the heart, but the heart. brilliant.
So, thank you, Adam. So, where can people find you if they need to get hold of you?
They can find me on Twitter at AG Social Media, or
Okay.
they can just Google Adam Gray Social Media, and they'll find me everywhere from that.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Great.
So, thanks everybody for watching. If you didn't know, I have a book out called Social Selling. Techniques to influence buyers and change makers. And thank you very much, and hope to see you next week.
Thank you, folks.